Hi guys, welcome to a new episode. Today I'm gonna review a production knife and not a custom knife. That doesn't mean that it's not a good knife, just to say it's not completely handmade and it's a production knife. So it is the Thor4s from Rike knife. Now it's not the usual kind of knife that I review on this channel, but I had the opportunity to have these knives for a while. So I thought I'd rather make a review of them because I am pretty impressed. I have discovered this model, the Thor4s, quite a long time ago. I really fell in love with the design and I was even about to buy one, but then I saw the size and it is pretty small and I'm not really into small knives. And then I just decided I'm not gonna buy it because it's way too small for me. But then I had the opportunity to have this one in hands, and guys, I am really impressed by the knife. But yeah, so yeah, tiny small, and you really get how small it is when you got it in your hand. Like, it's the size of a finger. Even on the camera you probably think, oh, it's not that small, but when you put it next to a finger, yeah, it is tiny. But in the end, it is a very well-made knife and very useful. It's still very usable. You still have a really good grip in your hand. It's a 3-fingers knife, of course. It is still very usable and absolutely doesn't feel ridiculous at all. It might probably feel ridiculous when you see the size on a ruler, for example, but when you've got it in your hands, it is some serious knife that we've got there. So yeah, I'm just going to show you very quickly how it comes and show you the other one I've got there. So it comes in a nice cardboard box with something to wipe it, clean it, signed. I'm not sure you're able to see that. Rike knife. And you get a very nice little sheath like that, which is a good surprise. I didn't expect it to come with a sheath. It still has a pocket clip, but I don't know, if you want to put it in your pocket with some keys or in a bag or anything like that, you still got the sheath, which is a cool addition in my opinion. So, then the knife. There I've got a grey one. So here, oh, I probably didn't mention the sheath is signed too. There we've got a blue anodizing, and there we've got a dark gray anodizing. So it's not the natural color of the titanium, but it's a dark gray anodizing. So let's go very quickly through the specs of the knife. Blade length is 6 centimeters and the handle length is 8 centimeters. We've got, as I mentioned, titanium handle. Now what is really cool about it is that it's an integral. So the handle is made of just one piece of titanium that has been drilled and milled, and it's extremely well done. You've got a ton of milling on top there. That helps to keep the weight low, because I mean, it's not a heavy knife, but probably without all this milling it would be a bit heavy for the size. And also I think it looks really cool to be able to see through it like that. I mean, the fact that it's an integral, you can really have fun with milling, so I absolutely adore it. You've got an inlay there, then a pivot, the screw there, lock bar insert, pocket clip. It's a 3D pocket clip with 2 little screws there, more milling on the pocket clip. Now an anti-over travel lock bar, or I don't know how you call it. That is the inlay, just like on this side. The action is perfect. I mean, very strong detent. Yeah, really strong. Yeah. That's one of the problems I've got with this knife. When you put because it's really small, you see. So when you put your finger on the lock bar, you can't really release it. So you have to make sure you don't put your finger on it, which can be a bit tricky at the beginning because it's a really small knife. But yeah, the action really cool. The detent really strong, and it fires like a rocket. It's impossible to miss a flip. Then the blade is M390 steel. It's a really nice steel. What to say, flat grind. I just love the finishing on this knife. Now you have a machine finish on the flat grind there, but then you've got a bead blast finish on this part that have been milled on the flat side of the blade, which looks really cool. So a lot of attention to details there. And what I like also is the fact that it has been rounded on the top. So it's not just your typically flat blade, it's rounded there, which brings another kind of refinement to the blade. M390 written just there, and Thor there. So yeah, overall really well made knife. Honestly, I'm really impressed by the knife. I really wouldn't have thought, focus please. So yeah, I really wouldn't have thought that I would have liked it, but I really do like it, and it's the kind of thing, it's like a little toy. Not a toy in the sense that it's crappy, but a real toy for grown men who really enjoy custom knives and high-end knives. It's really unique on the market. You don't get a lot of things at that size, and especially integrals that are really well made like this one. My preference go for the dark gray one. I think it's very discreet, like the color, and yeah, I'm just going to show you the other side quickly. I think actually my favorite side is probably this one, so the one with the lock bar, which is strange because often it's this side that is more decorated, but I think I tend to prefer this one. Both sides look very different, which again is really cool. You can put a lanyard there. So if you really want to use this knife and you have huge hands and it's way too small, with a nice lanyard could help you to have a good grip on the knife. Blade centering, of course, is perfect. So fit and finish on these, it's absolutely perfect. Honestly, I can't find any flaws. The only thing is that after a while, because I flipped them a lot to play with them, after a while the pivot got loose a little bit, so I had to put some Loctite, tighten them a little bit, and since then I didn't have any problems. So that's the only thing. I had to do it on both of them, but I mean, it's really really not a big deal. So yeah, that's it for this review. Overall, very cool knife, very surprising, because you're probably like me thinking it's way too small, but honestly it's very useful. You could use it as a second blade in your the small pocket of your jeans, for example, or it could be your main blade if you need a little blade for to open boxes, cardboard, this kind of thing. Of course, if you want to eat with it, it's a bit complicated because it's, yeah, blade is really too small for that. But for your everyday kind of tasks, especially if you live in a city, it is way enough. So that's it for this review. A bit different than the reviews I usually make. Still hope you enjoy it, and as usual guys, I'll catch you in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.